What is up everyone, and welcome back to the SW Bricks and Fakes channel. Today I have another Lego Black Falcon castle update for you guys, and it's going to be a sick one. I'm really excited to show you all the progress that I have been working on in the past week or so. You can see the castle has really started to come together, and I'm really excited to give you a bit of an update on what I've been working on. So without further ado, let's head straight into the update. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But let's go and have a look through what I've been working on. So you can see I have the Castle Moc completely put together right here. Obviously we have the two different sections, you can sort of split them up and stuff like that, but yeah, we have the two sections together right now, and I'm going to show you from here pretty much working all the way to the back, and when we get over there I'll move all this out the way and we can get a better look at the castle itself. But we're going to start with some stuff I've been working on over here. Now this took me a few hours to do. Now I actually ripped up all the bricks, all the plates that were on this side, and made them completely olive green. Now this was something I really wanted to do because it looked really ugly with like all the different filler brick and filler plate and things like that, but it took way longer than I expected, obviously, because a lot of the plates were running all the way into the middle of this, and they were all intertwined and sort of overlapping and stuff. So it did take a long time to do this, and it sort of used up a lot of my smaller olive green bricks. I did in fact actually forget that I'd ordered a ton of 1x6, or it might have even been 1x8 olive green bricks, and they're about to arrive in the mail. So I don't think I'm going to really need them now, which is a bit of a shame because I've already done all of this, but I might swap a few areas here out that's nice and easy and just make this look a little bit better. But yeah, overall really think that was a big upgrade and something I really wanted to do. Again, I've also done the entire bank of the river along here as well, which I think looks really good, and that pretty much has done this entire side of the river now, and then all I have to do now is just work on that bank over there. You can see I have some minifigs here, but obviously ignore those, and then that's pretty much all I have to do apart from the sort of like river work here, and then I'm pretty much done on these two base plates right here, and that should be really good because I can really start to work and sort of head towards the finale now. I think we're getting really close. Obviously just this area to work on and a few other areas you'll see later on in the video. But yeah, let me know what you think of this olive green sort of strip. I think this is a big upgrade. I think it looks a lot better than all the different filler bricks and stuff like that, and I think it's definitely a good decision that I've made. So as I mentioned, there's going to be the sort of like bank here, which is going to be a bit steeper than any of these banks over here. It's going to be made using dark bluish grey, just purely because it's going to look more like a rock face rather than the actual sloping bank that we've got over here or over here as well. I'm going to mix obviously a load of olive green in there as well, but hopefully I should be able to sit down and smash that out pretty soon before the finale video or before the next episode. Next thing I have to show you is this area over here. Now this area has a little bit of brown sprinkled in. Now I kind of wish I'd done a bit more of this all over the entire mock, but this serves an actual purpose over here. Yeah, now this is actually going to be for like a sheep pen or a pig pen or something like that. Obviously they will have been trodden this area a bit more, and they will be sort of like a bit more muddy than any of the other areas. So I think that works quite well, and I will be having some sort of fence running around the outside. I kind of showed a fence in episode 2, I believe, and I think that looks really good. So I'm probably going to recreate that over here and just make some sort of little fence and sort of sheep pen or pig pen. So let me know if you'd rather see sheep or pigs in this area right here. And then pretty much this entire section is all done now, so pretty much everything left of the path, all of this section is completely done now. Obviously there's a few areas that aren't quite as sort of detailed as I maybe would have liked, but with some of the bigger plates that I used, there wasn't really much else I could have done. Yeah, if we move across here, you'll be able to see in just a second when I spin it around, there is loads of progress over here. I did tons and tons of progress since the last episode over there, and that was something that was really holding me back a little bit, so glad I've got that done. And you can see pretty much all this area over here is done as well. All these different areas are nice and tiled off. Obviously when I get some more tiles and stuff, I might add a few more different plates and tiles down, just to add a little bit more detail. But overall, I think the general main bulk of the sort of terrain work is done on this mock now, which is really good. I really like the placement of this tree right here. I think that looks kind of cool on the sort of rocks over there. And we're going to take a better look at that in just a second when I do sort of move this base plate out of the way and sort of get to work and show you all the different areas over there and sort of supporting that wall and everything like that. So yeah, with that being said, let's get rid of this section right here and take a better look at this final section of the castle. So we're going to start by taking a quick look at something that was really holding me up with this side of the castle, and something that I've just sort of mentioned a few minutes ago in the video. Basically all of this is like rock work on this outside here. There's a tiny bit that isn't finished just there, but yeah, you can see pretty much I had to sort of fill in where the wall would be and sort of fill it up to that and sort of build up to that and sort of that and the sort of things to sort of support it and everything. So I had to make it look like it was being supported by the rock work, and sort of made sense in the grand scheme of things. And I also had to continue it and sort of flow it into the actual areas of olive green, sort of snot work and stuff like that that was running down these sides. side and this sort of freeform border over here. So I think that's turned out really well. So we have a nice sort of fade between the olive green moving into the dark bluish grey rocks, and you can see there's olive green on top as well, and then there's this nice tree just here, which I think is actually a really nice placement for this tree. Then we do have the rockwork sort of propping up the end of the wall, and that runs all the way around here and sort of overlaps onto the inside of the actual castle wall. So it really makes it feel set into the actual foundations of the sort of terrain that was there before the castle was ever built. So I think that's really nice. Obviously you can picture them sort of like caving out all of this bit of rocks here and building the wall up, so it's nice and sturdy. Obviously this area here will be sort of tiled off nicely with some different details, making it look like the sort of stones that fill in the actual end of the wall. I definitely will be time-lapsing that very soon. I've also got the other end as well, which is half done, which I'll show you later on to give you a better look at what this is going to look like. But yeah, overall really happy with the way I managed to build this up here, and sort of getting this bottom section done was something that was really holding me back, and I'm glad I finally got that done, and then I could really start to fly and work on all of this area here, which is really, really good, and I'm glad I managed to smash that out. Now turning our attention to the castle. Now this is something I've actually really enjoyed working on. This is one of the most fun things I've actually had to work on for a mock or anything like that. You can see first of all, I moved this flag into here, so it's pretty much like 8 studs away from this tower. So then because on this side it would be 8 studs away from here, so it kind of looked weird if it was on the end there and on the end there. So I just think that was quite a nice decision just to move this into the middle. And then we can see we built up this tower a lot more, and that's pretty much the full height that I'm going to be there. I think I just lost a tile right there, but that's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, you can see this is pretty much the full height. Obviously I need to work on like a nice little design for the top of the tower. I don't know whether it's going to have some sort of cone roof or whether it's just going to be sort of like these sort of things over here with the crenulations and stuff like that. We're going to have sort of like a trapdoor in here, so it looks like you would be able to go down some sort of stairway to get down. That's just going to be the sort of way I merge that into the actual build. Then we do in fact have this nice flag on the outside of the wall here. I think that looks really nice. I have actually ordered a couple of custom flags as well. Hopefully they'll arrive for the actual mock. They're going to be flying above the actual castle itself. I think this was all pretty much finished over here when I last showed you this wall, but obviously yeah, moved the flag in, and I've changed all of these different crenulations for these nice ones with a little slit in them. I think that looks a lot more accurate. Obviously they would be able to fire some arrows and take cover at the same time, which is quite nice. Then we do have more of that running across the middle here. We do have the door going in there, which isn't quite finished. I've got a couple of details to add to that door there, and then we will in fact have the same sort of door just here as well. And this middle section is pretty much done as well. You can see it's sort of is slightly offset to what it was over there, so I changed it up a little bit to make it look a lot better over here. But I think overall I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Obviously I did keep this massive crack in the wall, and a lot of the feedback was quite positive for it, so I'm glad I did that. And yeah, all the doors are exactly the same, I'm pretty sure, as last week. And then we do in fact have this tower started to be built up. I did notice a slight bit of filler brick in there, so I'm definitely going to have to sort of dig down and get that out of there because that doesn't look good at all. But yeah, then we also built up this entire side of the wall and this entire tower, and you can see we're almost there to the height that this needs to be, and that's pretty much one of the main things I need to finish off now before I can finish this castle mock. So definitely let me know what you're thinking of this castle so far. I'm really enjoying the build. Honestly, like I said before, it's been one of my favorite things I've ever worked on, and I'm really enjoying getting this castle put together, and I'm really happy with the way I changed it from the original design, and I think it looks a lot better overall. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. Again, as always, your feedback has been really helpful for this castle mock, so definitely keep providing your feedback in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a like on today's video if you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Have a good day. Goodbye.